Madden is Blade the Magician with the greatest of Drizzy traits and Wheezies, Andres and Jiggers.
It's week 2.
Now from the birthplace of the game itself, EA Sports so proud to join you from the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Dragons of Canton.
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And
it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign. Took his game to a new level and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pickett back to throw.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, he'll run to the challenge.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And take it right on the 30.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Off play action. Pickett. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held it, they might go for it again.
Stroud now on second down.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Here's Pickett.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
At the 17-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Damian Pierce.
There's a nice move. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Pierce is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown.
Damian Pierce
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Bills put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Cavante Turpin now from his end zone.
Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays for a touchdown.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, Pickett.
Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
And his throw here is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. 3rd and 19 as they've got it as we resume action.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's to the 10,
and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Canton offense takes over once again. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey.
And he'll get this to the 32. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a touchdown.
T. Higgins, 68 yards. And the Dragons are an extra point away from drawing level.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now Pickett. That's complete to Dobbs.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Canton offense takes over once again. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together. Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
Come on. Hey.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 64 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Here's Stroud.
Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 20.
Out of place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Pickett. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Now Pickett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pickett. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Pickett right back to the air again. That is caught by Lamb.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And this one too low.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
The throw over the middle taken in. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bills have come back to regain the lead.
So the defense are able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
And Stroud now to throw.
And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
5, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Pass complete there to McClure.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Stroud. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So we reach halftime, and
well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's good.
1st and 10, it's Levis.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, Freeman. 9
yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
1st and 10, here's Levis.
And this is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Levis out of the shotgun now.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Levis back to throw.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
4th down, Levis.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
2nd and 5.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, Mills.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And the lead will stay put at 17.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. and this one winds up no good.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's good for Hayes. First and 10 at the 26.
Now Levis.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Royce Freeman punching it in from a yard away.
And the Dragons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
Levis will try to throw for the 2.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goal. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
First down, Buffalo.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now in the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Now Mills on the bootleg. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Third and goal, Mills.
touchdown. Brevin Jordan from 8 yards out. And the Bills have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Aubrey good with the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. This taken in right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Kevontae Turpin. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Dragons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Powering forward, pushing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
A second down throw for Mills.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And the Bills' first down.
Now they try the right side here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Mills now.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Puna Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Levis now on 1st and 10.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50.
It's a big play there. 46 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. And Levis going back to the air. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Levis sets up to throw here. Going for it all. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Levis to throw it. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Levis to the sideline and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
On third down, here's Mills. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
First down, Buffalo.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Palmer going in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here comes third down at 7. Here's Mills. And that is incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 12. A minute 53 remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Well, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. Game in hand. The offense takes the knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And once
Yeah.